Hello, friends! Our film, The Perfect Sugar, has been appreciated by all of you. Heartfelt thanks for this. In that, essential initial information for any family after being diagnosed with type 1 is provided in the form of an entertaining film. Continuing this series while keeping in mind the viewer's suggestions, in this creation, we will understand in detail about diet and nutrition in type 1 diabetes. As we know, an appropriate diet is one of the key pillars in the management of type 1. We have already talked about some related facts such as carb content, food exchanges, and glycemic index. First, let's understand the meaning of diet and nutrition. The term nutrition is used for the proper supply of essential elements to the body. For all children, proper nutrition is essential for physical growth and overall development. To maintain this nutrition, we need to regularly consume a balanced diet. In type 1, it is important to ensure that the diet maintains metabolic balance related to diabetes, while also providing adequate nutrition. Now, after understanding the facts related to diabetes nutrition, we will talk about the necessary information to ensure an appropriate diet. Today's topic for the Who Will Be Type 1 Genius quiz show is also diet and nutrition, in which 20 questions will be asked on this subject. You are suggested to play along. Answer all the questions yourself before they are revealed. And let us know in the comments how many answers you got correct. No cheating, okay?
Welcome and thank you all to this amazing game, Who Will Be a Type 1 Genius? In today's show, only questions related to type 1 nutrition and diet will be asked. Let us welcome our first contestant, Tinku, and start the game. So let's play Who Will Be a Type 1 Genius? For the first question, tell us how many calories a 10-year-old boy who regularly plays football for 2 hours daily needs to consume each day. The options are 100 to 1200, 1200 to 1400, 1600 to 1800, or 2000 to 2200.
The answer should be 1600 to 1800.
Wow! Correct answer. In the related next question, tell us how many grams of fat this boy should consume daily. The options are 15 grams, 30 grams, 40 grams, or 70 grams.
Sir, out of an average of 1700 calories per day, an average of 35% of calories should come from fat, which is approximately 600 calories. Since 1 gram of fat gives us 9 calories, the answer is approximately 70 grams of fat.
Very good. That is the correct answer. The third question is about protein. A 15-year-old girl weighing 40 kilograms should consume approximately how many grams of protein daily in her diet? You need to choose one answer from 35, 65, 75, or 100 grams.
Sir, the answer will be 35 grams, because at this age, one should consume slightly less than 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight daily.
Absolutely correct answer. In the next question, tell us what effect proper intake of fiber in food can have. The digestive process runs smoothly, weight can be controlled, blood sugar can improve, or all three options are correct?
Sir, fiber is a good thing, but most people keep ignoring it. All three options are correct.
Very good. You said it exactly right. All three options are correct. In the fifth question, tell us which of these options is not a cause of excessive weight gain in children living with type 1? The options are consuming too many carbs out of fear of hypo, consuming too many carbs before going out to play, continuously reducing insulin doses, or not doing regular exercise.
The rest seem fine. Sir, keep consuming more carbs before going to play. That's my answer.
Sure. Should we lock it? Oh, Tinku, you picked the wrong answer. The correct answer is continually reducing the insulin dose, because doing so will lead to weight loss, not gain. Well, you played quite well, but it's time to say goodbye now.
As we have discussed, the essential amounts of major nutrients like carbs, protein, and fat are understood as part of daily calorie intake. But to know this, it's necessary to determine our daily calorie requirement. Daily calorie requirements increase with our age. Additionally, it can be considered that people with an active lifestyle and boys in adolescence require more calories within the range compared to girls. The amount of protein is also seen according to body weight per kilogram, which is 2 grams per kilogram in infants, then decreases with age to 1 gram per kilogram at the age of 10, and then becomes slightly less than 1 gram per kilogram of weight during adolescence. Now let's see how our next contestant is prepared.
Welcome to our next contestant, Pihu. So, Pihu, are you ready for the first question? Which type of fat is considered good for health? The options are saturated fat, unsaturated fat, trans fat, and the fourth option is that all are good.
The answer is unsaturated fats. Saturated and trans fats are considered harmful to health.
Correct answer. In the second question, tell us which of these food items have a high amount of harmful trans fats. The options are peanut oil, mustard oil, fish, or biscuits.
So, the answer should be biscuits. Harmful trans fats are formed by the use of hydrogenated oil and repeatedly heating any oil for frying. Trans fats are higher in biscuits, savory mixtures, fritters, French fries, and bakery items. The other 3 options you provided are good sources of healthy unsaturated fats.
Wow! Your preparation is quite good. In the next question, tell us which food item is a source of carbs, protein, as well as fats. The options are egg, fish, lentils, or yogurt.
The answer is yogurt, because eggs and fish both do not contain carbs, and lentils do not have an adequate amount of fats, while yogurt contains all 3 elements in appropriate amounts.
Correct answer. In the fourth question, tell us which of these fruits is different from the others based on the glycemic index. The options are orange, watermelon, apple, or guava.
The rest all fall into the low GI category, but watermelon is a high GI fruit. The answer should be watermelon.
Yes, that is the answer, and it is correct. Very good. In the fifth question, tell me which of these food items is not a good source of fiber. The options are leafy vegetables, eggs, lentils with skin, or apples.
Sir, we get fiber only from plant-based food items. Animal origin items do not contain fiber. The answer should be egg.
Absolutely correct answer.
After estimating your daily calorie and various nutrient requirements, the next step is to identify common food items as sources of carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Remember, besides these elements, we also need to take vitamins, minerals like calcium and iron, and fiber in appropriate amounts, which are obtained by maintaining variety in the diet. For detailed information, you can discuss it with your diabetes specialist and educators.
The next 5 questions are related to food portion exchange. Out of 4 options, you have to choose the food item that cannot be exchanged in portions with the other 3. The options for the 6th question are 1 roti, 1 medium-sized bread piece, 1 idli, or 70 grams of noodles.
70 grams of noodles is way too much. All the other items are roughly equivalent to 15 grams of carbs or 70 calories. But so many noodles will give about 5 times the calories of that. That's why my answer is 70 grams of noodles.
Madam, my answer is the same. Correct answer. In the next question, you again have to choose a food item that cannot be exchanged with the others. The options are 1 glass of skimmed cow's milk, 1 glass of yogurt, 4 glasses of buttermilk, or 1 glass of buffalo's milk.
Buffalo milk has a quite high fat content, and the other 3 options will give about 9 grams of carbs and 8 grams of fat. Therefore, buffalo milk should be the answer.
Yes, you are correct. This is the right answer. In the 8th question, the options are equal amounts of eggplant, bottle gourd, okra, or peas in a bowl.
Sir, peas are considered equivalent to grains like potatoes, taro, and sweet potatoes. This is because peas have a much higher carbohydrate content compared to the other 3.
Your answer is also absolutely correct, madam. The next question has 4 options. A medium orange, a small apple, a ripe banana, or 15 grapes?
Everything else is equivalent to 10 grams of carbs, but a ripe banana has double the calories. It cannot be exchanged.
Impressive! In your 10th question, the cooked portions based on protein content are 1 bowl of kidney beans, 1 bowl of chicken, 1 bowl of mutton, or 2 boiled eggs.
Sir, if there was a single boiled egg in the options, they would all become almost equal portions of protein. The answer is 2 boiled eggs.
Wow, that is also the correct answer.
After understanding the nutrient value of commonly eaten food items at home, the next step is to divide them into portion sizes with equal nutrient amounts. By doing so, even after eating different food items daily, we can maintain uniformity in the overall composition of our diet, which will help in controlling blood sugar. This division can be based on different elements such as carbs, protein, and fat, and various food types like fruits, vegetables, non-veg, milk products, legumes, etc.
Our contestant Peter answered all 10 questions correctly and is in first place today. Now, coming up is today's last contestant, Shivani. Welcome, Shivani.
Thank you, sir. I am your fan and watch all your episodes.
I am ready for the first question.
Good. Tell us, which type of food item is recommended to make up the largest portion of our diet? The options are grains, dairy items, pulses, or non-starchy vegetables.
Sir, I had learned this from perfect sugar itself. Half of the meal should consist of non-starchy vegetables like leafy greens, bottle gourd, eggplant, cabbage, carrots, and beans, etc.
Wow. So how did you like that movie?
Very informative and entertaining. Never seen anything like it before. Everyone at my home watched it, and if there's any doubt, we can watch it again and again.
Let's move the game forward. In the next question, you have to identify which of the following methods is not appropriate for preventing post-meal blood sugar spikes. The options are reducing fiber content in the food, taking insulin 15 minutes before eating, using low GI carbs, or increasing protein content in the food.
Everything else is fine, but increasing the amount of fiber is considered good for sugar control. This option is wrong.
Yes, you are right. In your third question, you need to tell what changes are appropriate in the 500 rule to calculate the insulin to carb ratio in small children using an insulin pump. The options are, instead of 500, it should be calculated using 900, calculated with 250, no change should be made, or this ratio should not be calculated at all.
Sir, it is seen in small children that they need a lesser basal dose and a higher premeal dose than usual. Therefore, for appropriate ICR calculation, use 250 or 330 instead of 500 for them.
You gave this answer as well. You are playing very well. In the next question, tell me what factor influences late hypoglycemia seen 3 to 6 hours after eating. The options are the amount of fat and protein, the timing of premeal insulin, the glycemic index of carbs, or the activity level after eating.
The answer is due to the amount of fat and protein in food. Immediate hyperglycemia is seen with insulin timing and intermediate hyperglycemia with glycemic index, whereas sugar decreases with activity level, it does not increase.
This is also the correct answer. In the next question, you need to tell how the amount of insulin given for a high-protein diet should compare to the amount of insulin given for an equal amount of carbs. The options are, should be more, should be equal, should be less, or there is no need to give insulin for protein.
Sir, protein and carbs both provide the same amount of calories, so the insulin dose should be the same.
Are you sure? Should it be locked? Shivani, this is the wrong answer. The dose given for protein should be less than the dose given for carbs, because giving the same dose for protein increases the risk of hypos. All right, you played very well. Thank you.
So, out of 20, how many questions did you get right in today's quiz? We hope that today's presentation has helped you understand a lot about type 1 related diet and nutrition. Similarly, we want to make every aspect related to type 1 simple and entertaining for you. Don't forget to write your suggestions in the comments and subscribe to the channel. We'll meet again soon with our next creation. Bye for now.